Hi, everyone, and welcome to Feed and Grain Chat. I'm your host, Elise Schaefer, editor of Feed and Grain. This edition of Feed and Grain Chat is brought to you by Watt Global Media and feedandgrain.com. Feedandgrain.com is your source for the latest news, product, and equipment information for the grain handling and feed manufacturing industries. Today, I'm joined on Zoom by Tony Roloff, Vice President of Pulses for Columbia Grain. He's here today to discuss how the global chickpea shortage is impacting U.S. grain markets. Hi, Tony. Welcome to Feed and Grain Chat.
Thanks for having me, Elise.
Let's get right into it. We're going into the second year in a row with an all-time low global chickpea stocks. What factors led to this, and how severe is the situation?
Well, Elise, I think we look at first the factors that led into this. We've seen now 3+ years of very tight corn, soybean, and wheat stocks. When we get short on these row crops, it creates kind of a ripple effect through all these specialty commodities as well. They need more acres to supply demand. We see a lot of those acres go from our specialty commodities to these row crop acres. And so we've seen a lot more acres go to wheat that normally have traditionally been chickpea acres. As a result, we see our production down, and we see tighter supplies in these products as we move forward. We also have battled drought over the last 2 years in a lot of the growing area for chickpeas, which has led to below average yields and kept that supply very tight. The situation, it's a bit extreme here in the US, where we've seen prices go extremely high. We still have exports out of the US, so we won't be running out of hummus anytime soon, but we've certainly seen prices rise as much as 50 to 75% in the last 2 years alone on chickpeas.
Yeah, that is a significant increase. Now, what's the planting outlook for chickpeas this spring? Will we gain some ground after the next harvest?
I think we'll gain some ground back this year. We've had really good prices, like I said, for chickpeas, which are enticing a lot of growers to expand their acreage. I think we could see acres up 20 to 25%. We've seen the drought get much better. We've had good rainfall this last fall and good snow cover this winter in the chickpea growing region. I think we'll see acreage up slightly, which should help production and help us gain some ground in solving this problem. But it's certainly one that it will take more than 1 year to completely solve this chickpea shortage and get us back to more adequate stocks on a global basis.
So, what are conditions like for the rest of the pulse crop market? Lentils, peas, dried beans?
Lentils have seen the same issues happen to them. We've had acres down, had production down. We've had a lot of drought that's affected the lentil market. Supplies have been tight, but demand's also been very good, which has driven good prices for lentils. Peas are seeing the same thing. We've seen pet food markets gain a lot of traction. We saw pet ownership up substantially over COVID. Those pets are eating a lot of dog food today, which peas are a main ingredient in dog food in the US. Also, we see continued demand from pea protein isolate, with many plants coming online over the last few years in the US. So demand remains really good for peas, and we're having a difficult time getting replenishment from acres as peas compete directly with wheat and other row crop acreage in the US. Dried beans are a little bit of an anomaly because we had close to record yields last year with good rainfall in North Dakota over the summer, which is the #1 growing state for dried beans in the US. So we are seeing better stocks on dried beans than we have in the past. But that being said, we're still seeing good pricing because soybeans are fighting for as many acres as they can get in North Dakota.
Now, what's the transportation outlook for all pulses? How steady are supply chains flowing for ag products out of the PNW?
Transportation has been much improved in the last year. As we saw the global supply chain crisis, as we saw in containers, this has really improved in the last 6 to 12 months. We've seen the vessel backups at Long Beach get better, and we're seeing the global shipping lines get back into more of an equilibrium for how they traditionally would run their business versus the extreme measures they had to take during the supply chain crisis. Now, things are not completely back to normal yet, but we're getting closer every month. Rail transportation is still going through its challenges. They are fighting many issues with severe weather this winter. They're having employee shortages with the tight labor market. And also they face additional regulations in moving product. And so rail transportation continues to be a challenge and appears that it'll continue to be a challenge going forward. So that is one thing that we are still battling on the supply chain standpoint for our agricultural products.
Well, Tony, thank you so much for your insights today. If you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for the Industry Watch daily e-newsletter, or go to feedandgrain.com and search for videos. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.